been a while.
Today will be very special, and we'll divert and get sentimental a little bit, and we'll be talking about the trending discourse on social media in Nigeria. It's not any other thing. It's not political. It is ENDSARS and end police brutality. Now, a lot of things a lot of things that we're going to discuss today will sound very, I don't know the word to use but for lack of word, will sound very dumb, for lack of words to use. But I just feel like I have this burden in my heart to break this thing down, being that I've been able to live in Nigeria and experience these things firsthand, to also convey this message to the world to listen, hear, and feel me for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then wear my shoes and look at me and say, oh, this is how you felt. And this is not only how I felt, this is how millions of Nigerians are feeling right now. First and foremost, you're welcome back to the channel. If you've not subscribed, I would really appreciate if you just, hit the subscribe button for us and have the notification bell so that whenever we drop any content, you also get to watch and listen.
So in light of this massive social justice movement in Nigeria that has been dominating social media and the international news, I want to take the position of asking the questions that many people who are not in Nigeria or who have not lived in Nigeria are likely wondering, so that this can be a learning experience for you and for me.
Yeah.
So the first question for you then is, what is SARS?
So SARS is a special Anti Robbery Squad, a tactical team inside the Nigerian Police Department that specializes on anti-robbery cases, kidnap cases, very high-profile crimes. So that's basically SARS.
Okay. And what has inspired the call to end SARS? Because that's kind of the hashtag that really gained traction, was hashtag end SARS. So what inspired that?
Actually, what inspires the social media discourse and actually the protest that is ongoing in Nigeria is as a result of this tactical team in the Nigerian police force diverting from the original concept, what they were meant to do, and they're now into a one-on-one interrogation with citizens, and they are given the privilege to open fire without being taken to court and without being tried.
So this is during the process of an arrest questioning even.
During the process of an arrest or questioning, both of them, correct. So they are given the authority, I don't know who gave them, to stand on the road, set your phone, ask you to open your phone, open your social media, check your laptop, and it will interest everybody to know that in Nigeria, if you have a laptop, you have to go around with your receipts.
Yeah, you told me you asked your sister to keep her receipt.
Yeah, bought a laptop for my sister, and I asked her to laminate the receipt and photocopy them, put one in her purse, put one in the laptop bag, and then keep one at home. So you have to carry your receipt around just in case they stop you and ask you.
Because you're anticipating being questioned.
Absolutely.
Where you got a laptop.
Absolutely. So their ideology is that a typical Nigerian, youth cannot afford a laptop, cannot afford a car, cannot afford an iPhone. So if they see you with these gadgets, you fall under the impression that you are a criminal, or they want to know who you are.
It's like you've already been prosecuted.
Yeah, immediately. And if you resist, if you tell them, hey, I know my rights, you're not supposed to, stop me. You are a SARS officer. You're supposed to go and fight kidnap cases and anti-robbery. Why are you stopping me? They're like, okay, you don't want to. They drag you out, take you to the station, and give you a charge. There are some instances where these people plant exhibits inside your car. So maybe they ask you to come down or give them money, because the first impression they have about you is that, oh, you're rich before you have these things, right? They want to know who you are. And you tell them where you work, they're like, okay, you know what they're supposed to do. So I don't want to give you money. And they're like, no, you should have to give me money. This is the amount to give me. Sometimes they carry a POS machines. And sometimes they drag you down to the bank.
Wow.
To cash out money for them.
Wow.
So if you don't do that, they plant an exhibit in your car.
And wait, one question I have is I don't want to derail you too much, but I was just thinking, who pays them? Is it the federal government that pays this unit?
So that's an interesting question, because this is something that has been a topic of discussion in the National Assembly, in the Senate, and even in the states, right? Now, the presidency is in charge of paying Nigerian police.
The president, like the executive office of the presidency.
Yes,
okay.
He's in charge.
Okay.
So he sends.
So it's almost like the military.
Yeah, he sends commissioners, right, of police down to different states. So each state have a commissioner of police, and then this commissioner oversees the whole state, right?
Okay.
And he collects instruction and signals from the presidency. So the governor of the state does not have any power or any choice of appointing the commissioner of police.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So he does anything he likes. The governor does not have a say.
So are there state police as well?
There's a bill currently at the National Assembly that there should be an institution of state police, right? So I think that is in session. We're trying to fight for state police. However, they are during the course of this protest, Nigerian youths came up with five demands.
Okay.
With the hashtag 5 of 5.
Okay, I've seen that.
Yeah. So the 5 demands were immediate release of protesters who are protesting across Nigeria, both during this ENDSARS movement and both normal protests for their rights. And it will interest you to know that before you protest in Nigeria, you have to write a letter as an organization, not an individual, to the Nigerian police and get clearance.
Wait a minute. You need clearance from the police to protest the police.
Yeah. You need clearance from police to protest anywhere or about anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And the second demand from Nigerian youths was for justice to be done to victims of police brutality, and compensation should be paid to their family members. And this brutality, these people who commit this brutality, these policemen, do not get out. There's no accountability.
Yeah.
They cannot say, oh, come out, let's prosecute you.
There supposed to be? Like, is there a legal precedent?
Yeah, there is a police commission that is supposed to prosecute police, right? There's a legal backing for that.
Oh, the police prosecute the police.
Yeah,
well,
the police.
There's the problem.
Okay. Yeah, there's a commission that prosecutes the police. However, I've heard before how police are prosecuted for maybe they discharge their bullet without, probable cause, and they're prosecuted. Some are sent to prison, some are discharged from duty and all that.
But the point is not always.
Not always. Especially these people called SARS people. They have the right to shoot. They have the right to discharge any amount of ammunition they can discharge without being questioned. And the third demand that the Nigerian youths are saying using the hashtag 5 of 5, like I said, is is that the Nigerian police or the government should set up a panel, and the independent panel that oversees the prosecution of police who have been profiled or identified to have done any misconduct.
And hopefully a community-led.
Absolutely, because I mean, like you said, the police prosecuting the police.
Yeah.
There's something wrong there, right?
Yeah.
So there should be a panel set up where individual bodies will also be around. Amnesty International will also be involved. You know, some civil rights organizations as well also involved, to also see how they make sure that every police is accountable for. So the fourth demand by Nigerian youth with the hashtag 505 is that a psychological evaluation should be done on these disbanded SARS officials, and this it should be formed by an independent body, right? And then, you know, they should evaluate them before they are redeployed to different divisions and even the police system again.
But do other departments in the police have the same kind of evaluation or training?
I doubt that police as a whole have a deep training, you know, a deep training to evaluate, you know, detect crime. And I doubt because of the way the system is. I doubt because of their intelligence, because when you have an interaction as an individual, you know, with a policeman, you can tell that this person is either not educated enough, or either doesn't have the required training, or either does not understand how things are done or works, or how things works in other places, right?
On board. Now, we were not trained during we were there in our manual, so also talk about cyber security, cyber crime today. But today, cyber crime has become something very endemic in our society. And this can be done by asking questions or at times examining physically these things you see with this boy.
Even when you need an order from a court, a magistrate, to go through someone's phone or laptop.
Well, if I stop you on the road and I want to have a look at your phone and I want to see your Facebook, I don't think I'm committing any crime there, because for me, I'm only asking you a simple question. It is your questions, your answers that will lead me to go beyond where I started, because I can't dictate crime by mere seeing you. I can't dictate crime by asking you questions. I see you with a car and I have assessed your age. And I know in Nigeria, I know how difficult it is for a particular person who is 20, 30 to start having a car that is worth 7 million. I cannot be, as a policeman, see you there and have fear or assume that something is not wrong with the way you are driving the car, except I am able to ask you a question and I know the background, your family background, where you are working and where you got money to buy this car from. So, but in the course of doing this, we cannot take it away from this. You see how
that's to many is where SARS began to derail.
Oh yes,
focusing on those, because they say there's a lot of extortion, people being taken to ATMs and banks and being asked to transfer money. And you talked of going through phone. Is it not illegal to go through someone's phone from a police officer without a court?
That is the way I'm investigating. The way I'm only questioning, I don't think there's anything illegal about that. There's nothing illegal about that, because I am trying to dictate whether you commit an offense or not. And I can only do that by asking you and then doing most of these simple questions and answer session with you.
But maybe they are intelligent and they are educated, but they're just taking advantage of the system. I mean, if you're a part of a system where there isn't any accountability and you can extort citizens for money, then, I mean, maybe it's not that you're ignorant or you don't know what you're doing. You must be doing it intentionally. Or maybe that's even the reason why some people join the police force.
Yeah.
Either because you become what you fear the most, right? Like a lot of people really fear the police in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because it's very lawless. Like they can kind of do whatever they want in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So I think if you become a police officer, you feel safer.
Right.
Perhaps. I'm just speculating, right?
Okay.
Perhaps you feel safer. So that's number one. Perhaps, I mean, you don't have money and it's a way that you're thinking you can just make easy money out on the road, right?
Yeah.
Again, speculation, but that's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, or you're just not, you don't have good morals, right? I don't know if there are.
I mean, the system as a whole has a way of, corrupting you as a policeman the moment you step into the system.
Fair.
They have this ideology that they are here to cash out.
Mm-hmm.
What is in their mind is money.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm entering the police station, getting on my dress on, I'm going there to make money. I'm not going there to protect anybody.
Mm.
So once they get on the road, anybody they see looks like money and they want to cash out.
So you think the culture of policing is not one of that comes from a desire to protect and serve the community?
I don't think it is. Because they say bail is free, right? But bail is not free. Bail is absolutely not free in Nigeria, but they will boldly write it at the gates, inside the police station, at the doorpost, everywhere bail is free. But bail is not free.
So I'm wondering, was there a particular event that inspired this call to action that's been going on over the past couple of weeks? And the reason I ask that is because in this conversation, I'm seeing a lot of parallels between policing in Nigeria and policing in the US, especially in minority communities. And I don't want to get into that. I want to keep the conversation about Nigeria. But one of the really big parallels is that this is an ongoing issue that's been happening for years and years and years. And there are always people doing some type of work to reform it. But from time to time, there will be this major event that happens that inspires really large movements. And then there will kind of be a lot of noise about it in the public eye, and then it gets quieter, and there's noise and it's quiet. Again. So I'm wondering if there was a particular event this time around that inspired this.
Yes, there was a particular event that inspired this. One of the events was that Nigeria turned 60, right? And then people turned and said, "What?" People were like, "What's really, really interesting in Nigeria? Why should we celebrate Nigeria at 60?"
Yeah, I did see that question a lot.
There were a lot of negative reactions from Nigeria turning 60, and people were asking so many questions. Why should we celebrate? Why at 60 was still like a baby wearing pampers? At 60 was still being held the hand to cross the road like a child? At 60 we cannot produce or get anything done. At 60 the system cannot produce a good thing. At 60 like was still born together, but we are people with ideas. We are very smart people. We are very hard-working people. Very hardworking people, but it's like you're free, right? But you're still in chains, so you can't do anything. But they say, "Oh, you're free," just like they say we have freedom of information. That is, you can say whatever you want to say, but after saying it, your freedom is not guaranteed.
Imprisoned.
Yeah.
For defamation of character.
Absolutely. So it is very, very frustrating. Like it tears me apart.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just look at myself, being privileged to be here and seeing how the system works, and looking back at my, many years ago, growing up, how the system tied me down, right? And then, like you said, what sparked this protest was one of the killings, one of the recent killings by Sars people. That made everybody to say, no, this is not going to hold. We're going to go out. We're going to protest. And there've been fears, like people have been protesting, right? But the police always find a way to disperse the crowd and make people run helter-skelter,
Well, yeah,
make
because they're
several
out there
arrests.
brutalizing people.
And you see one thing that worries me. When they arrest these protesters, right? They take them to the station. The next morning, they take them to court and they file a case. The next day, that same day, they send the person to prison. But they will arrest a criminal or anyone, take you to prison, take you to the station, and keep you there and ask you to pay money. So there is something wrong, right? There is absolutely something wrong with the system. There is absolutely something wrong with the process. From the top to the bottom has to be scrapped. That brings me to the last demand by Nigerian youths, which is increase in police salary and due compensation because they're protecting life and properties. And I think if a policeman, for example, should receive 250,000 naira in a month, and then you're driving on the road and maybe you're carrying illegal thing, and then he sees and knows that you're carrying illegal thing, right? He opens your trunk and see you're carrying illegal thing, and he says you're under arrest or, you know, take you to the station or anything. He would, and you remove maybe 10,000 or 20,000 and want to bribe him, he will not take. Because he will look at, you're giving me this amount of money and in a couple of weeks I'm going to get this amount of money. No, you have to be prosecuted. But they get that money even if it is less than what they pay them, they get that money and allow the person to go.
So you think police are extorting citizens out of necessity? They're not making enough money?
Absolutely. It's way out of hand. And if you have money and you have a problem, you are free. The people who get stuck in the process of, you know, arrest and being prosecuted and paying of this, paying of that, are people who don't have money for bribe, are people who don't have money to pay bail, are people who absolutely do not have people. Because first of all, before you are able to bail someone, you have to be a civil servant, a level 6 civil servant.
Really?
Yeah, level 6 means level 6 you've worked in the civil service for a long time to have that level, right?
So, like, let's say your brother gets arrested, you cannot bail him out.
I cannot bail him out.
No matter how much money you have.
No, I cannot bail him out. Yeah, it's only a civil servant, someone who works with the government. So I couldn't be more proud enough of this generation. Like, I am super proud. And even if I'm not there, I'm able to lend my voice, and also fight, because this is a fight that we also must all be a part of, so that we have something to tell our children, our generations, that look, Nigerian youths left their houses, stayed on the streets for so many days, and you see the support, you see the energy, you see the oneness, the unity. Babe, I swear I am so proud of every single person on the street, from Lagos to Abuja to Ibadan to Port Harcourt to Enugu to Yo, every state in Nigeria. I am so happy for you guys, and I pray that we will be heard. I pray that everything will change, and I pray that this generation will bring change. So I hope this video was educating to you. It's just what I know, few things that I know, and I urge everybody to use the hashtag ENDSARS, use the hashtag ENDPOLICEBRUTALITY. This is a fight that we must fight for a generation yet unborn. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and bye. My tears now.